Hi everyone, my name's Angela Hart and I'm a Georgetown University graduate student. One of my areas of study is political satire. I have spent a great deal of time researching and analyzing The Colbert Report, The Daily Show, Last Week Tonight, and now Full Frontal with Samantha Bee. I have dedicated a lot of time to studying these programs and their effects. In light of the presidential race and the narrowing field, I wanted to do a video addressing how satires are covering Donald Trump. Last Week Tonight avoided discussing Donald Trump until the Republican field narrowed. Out of all of the programs, Last Week Tonight went the longest without addressing Donald Trump. After the Republican field narrowed, Last Week Tonight finally decided to do a piece on Donald Trump. They were trying to put it off as long as possible because once it became an issue, they knew they were going to have to dedicate an entire segment to it, which they did. John Oliver went through and systematically dissected all of the reasons why voters should not cast their ballot for Trump. According to Last Week Tonight, there are a few key takeaways that people associate with Donald Trump. Candid nature, his self-made wealth, his ability to act tough, and his successful business ventures. John Oliver discussed and analyzed why those positive attributes don't actually exist for Donald Trump. John Oliver was able to identify the lack of honesty and transparent nature with Trump by using an example that pertained to his own program. According to Donald Trump, he had been asked to come on Last Week Tonight numerous times and turn the show down. According to John Oliver and his team, nobody actually invited Donald Trump to appear on the program. After playing the radio interview in which Donald Trump mentioned this, John Oliver himself was confused, wondering if somebody from his team actually invited Donald Trump. After asking everyone associated with the program, it turns out nobody did. In regards to his ability to act tough, Trump has threatened to sue numerous people, but he's never actually sued them. And on the rare occasions that he hasn't been successful with his lawsuits. While he might claim he's going to sue someone in the media, behind closed doors he doesn't actually pursue that subject. It tends to be something Donald Trump says with an authoritative tone, but not something he actually delivers upon. In regards to Donald Trump's wealth, his net worth is vastly exaggerated because he claims a monetary value for his name. Yes, Trump is very well known. He's had The Apprentice. He has his name on buildings. Everybody knows the name Trump for the most part. His name does hold meaning. That being said, you cannot claim a net worth of $10 billion based on feelings. John Oliver cited that Donald Trump regularly claims that his name is worth $3 billion. In regards to Donald Trump's success, he's actually had a lot of business failures, and John Oliver went through and listed all of the businesses that have not been successful, as well as the ones that nobody would actually invest in. In true Last Week Tonight fashion, John Oliver and his team launched a hashtag, Make Donald Trump Donald Drump Again. In the past, Last Week Tonight has been very successful launching these social media campaigns, utilizing their online platforms. After the show aired on Sunday night, the following Monday morning, the hashtag Make Donald Trump Again was trending on Twitter. I saw hundreds upon hundreds of tweets utilizing the hashtag, trying to instill the same idea that people should not be voting for Trump based on perception. John Oliver and his team created this hashtag in light of the fact that Trump is a name that was created over the years. Originally, Trump's ancestors had the last name Drump. John Oliver and his team are hoping to disassociate Donald Trump with his name. This way people don't view him as Trump, a brand they recognize, but somebody for who he is. Once people view Donald Trump for who he is, not what he represents, there's a very different association. This was Last Week Tonight's attempt at trying to make people humanize Donald Trump and look at him as a real person, not as a brand. And so the Trump brand is very well known and very respected due to the fact that people associate Trump with wealth. And so once you look at Donald Trump as Donald Trump, it's going to have a very different name association. Last Week Tonight tried to educate viewers in a different manner so that they went through it step by step, which made it easy to follow and identify all of the key takeaways. And they also wanted to give examples, so they weren't just saying something. Last Week Tonight didn't just say he was not successful in business. They were able to elaborate on their claims, making it significant. The Daily Show with Trevor Noah has been regularly including segments on Trump. On The Daily Show, Trump has been referenced as the gift that keeps on giving. Every episode for the last few weeks, there's been at least one reference to Donald Trump and his hair, his appearance. Yet, each of the occasions in which there's been a joke, The Daily Show's had a reason for citing Donald Trump. In one of their more recent episodes, The Daily Show tried to do their watchdog effect on CBS. CBS has been very open about the fact that using Donald Trump in segments produces more viewers. In true watchdog fashion, as The Daily Show has been doing for years, they cited CBS and noted how they were utilizing their outlet to get viewers, not necessarily tell the news as they're supposed to be doing. As someone who studies The Daily Show, this was one of the first times I noticed that they actually included an analysis on why the media keeps perpetuating the idea of Donald Trump, Donald Trump, Donald Trump. Every time they use his name, they get more viewers. While media organizations should be telling news stories and should be providing audiences with key information that occurred throughout the day on relevant subjects, they don't always do this because they have to worry about their own revenue. Media outlets end up worrying about their own sources of income, needing advertising money, and things of that nature. So it becomes more difficult for them to focus just on relevant stories. In order to get more viewers, they end up using Donald Trump's name, which in turn gets more advertising money. Technically speaking, there's a method to their madness, but it's not for the viewers' benefit. It's for their own. The Daily Show's included numerous other references to Donald Trump, such as when Donald Trump made reference to the fact he encouraged violence in the crowds. The Daily Show touches on Donald Trump's negative comments on a regular basis, providing a watchdog effect in that manner. To be fair, The Daily Show has critiqued the Democratic candidates as well. They have not just been focusing on the Republican field. In light of Donald Trump's involvement and continued success, they have been commenting on the conservative field more so than the liberals. The last show I wanted to comment on was Full Frontal's Samantha Bee. Bee became very famous with the Daily Show viewers for her stories, most of which were liberal in nature. Bee has not discriminated on storylines, however. When Hillary Clinton cited Nancy Reagan as fostering a discussion on AIDS, Bee did not pull her punches. She cited this incident and made reference to Hillary Clinton's error. There have been numerous other times in the show that she has cited Bernie Sanders and Hillary Clinton for their errors. That being said, Samantha Bee did tackle the Donald Trump storyline. When Mitt Romney vocalized his own issues with Donald Trump, Samantha Bee cited Romney's own devastating loss. Similarly, when John McCain made reference to Donald Trump, Samantha Bee called him out for giving Sarah Palin a platform. In a similar fashion to what The Daily Show did, Samantha Bee and Full Frontal went out and found a focus group that contained all of Donald Trump's supporters. The group ended up being people from all ranges of life. They were well-dressed, eloquent, and were educated. Full Frontal actually tried to stop the perpetuating stereotype of the Donald Trump supporter. After the more official discussion with the focus group, Samantha Bee and Full Frontal offered a buffet and a party of sorts for the focus group members who took part in the discussion. Once the focus group participants became inebriated and were starting to eat and have fun, they let down their guards and their opinions became more known, and that was when the viewer at home was questioning what they were saying, more so than when they were in the official focus group. At this particular point in time, all of the on-air satires have currently addressed Donald Trump as the presidential candidate and tried to sway viewers at home to not vote for him. The problem with this, however, is that these shows are liberal in nature. The viewer at home is probably already voting for Bernie Sanders or Hillary Clinton. Satires tend to have liberal audiences, so their discussion and dissection of the Donald Trump issue is not really going to affect their viewers. This is why their online presence, in my opinion, becomes more important. By having the Make Donald Trump Again hashtag or having Donald Trump wants to bang his daughter hashtag, there becomes a greater chance that those will reach a different audience. When the Make Donald Trump hashtag was trending again, it was picked up by a lot of celebrities and a lot of media outlets. There was a good chance that somebody who was not necessarily a follower of Last Week Tonight came across that hashtag, and so it became more important for them to have this online presence. In that sense, I believe this show could be reaching potential independents or sway other conservatives to vote in a different manner. This is when their Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube channel becomes more important. I really enjoyed talking about satires and all the different effects they have, so if you enjoy this topic as well, please give this video a thumbs up. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you learned something about satires. If you have any questions, please comment down below.